Good day. So our topic is all about solving linear equations in one variable. So for us to be able to solve linear equations in one variable easily, we have to be familiarized of the properties of equality. So in this video, we will tackle or discuss the different properties of equality. Let's start off with the first property, which is what we call the addition property of equality, or APE, which states that if the same number is added to both sides of an equation, both sides remain equal in value. Thus, for any numbers a, b, and c, if our a and b are equal, then a plus c is just equal to b plus c. Let's have the following examples. So if we have here 4 equals 4, then if we add a 7 to both sides of an equation, their sum would still be the same, which is 11. Okay, another example. If our m and n are equal, then if we add a 3 to m, it's just equal when we add a 3 to n. Okay, it's being called addition property of equality because when we add the same number to both sides, they would still be equal in value. All right, let's have the second one. The multiplication property of equality, or MPE. Here, it means that if both sides of an equation are multiplied by the same number, the results on each side are equal in value. So here, we should now multiply the same number. Okay? So thus, for real numbers a, b, and c, where the c should not be equal to 0, if A equals B, then AC equals BC. Alright? So when we multiply any number to both sides of the equation, their value would still be equal. Let's have these examples. So the first example is, we actually just one example here. If 8 is equal to 8, then if we multiply negative 2 to both sides of the equation, 8 times negative 2, the product is just the same, which is 16. Okay, so that is our multiplication property of equality. Next are the subtraction property of equality, or the SPE, and the division property of equality, or the DPE. Here, class, subtracting the same number from both sides of an equation or dividing both sides by the same number preserves the equality. However, these are already covered by our APE and MPE earlier. Okay? That states that if we subtract the same number from both sides of an equation, it is just the same as adding a negative number to both sides of an equation. Okay? Because it's just the subtraction is just the inverse of addition. So it's just like we're adding the negative or the inverse of the equation. Okay? So furthermore, dividing both sides of an equation is just the same as multiplying both sides of the reciprocal of the number. Again, the inverse of division is multiplication. So it's just when we divide same numbers, it's just like multiplying both sides by the reciprocal of that number. Okay, let's have the following examples. Let's start off with the subtraction property of equality. So if we have class 6 equals 6, and if we try to subtract the same number from both sides, let's say minus 2. So subtract 2 from 6. It's just like we add the negative number or the inverse of positive 2, which is negative 2. So both would result to a positive 4. Okay? Another, for division property of equality, if we have 10 equals 10, and we divide both sides by 2 again, it's just like we are multiplying the reciprocal of 2, which is 1/2. Okay? And both would arrive with the same answer, which is 5. Okay? So we usually use the APE and the MPE. We just proved here that in SPE and DPE, we are just like adding the inverse of multiplication or multiplying the reciprocal of the division. Okay? Alright, so other than APE, SPE, and MPE or DPE, there are other properties of equalities which are useful in manipulating equations. So these are the following. Let's be familiarized with these properties. The first one is what we call the reflexive property. Okay? By the word reflect, any number is just equal to itself. Okay? So for any number A is just equal to A. Alright? So we have here the following examples. 7 equals 7, negative 5 equals negative 5. 5 plus A is just equal to 5 plus A. Okay? That's what is meant by reflexive property. Alright, second. We also have what we call symmetric property. So when we say symmetric property, class, if one quantity is equal to another quantity, then the second quantity is equal to the first quantity. Okay? So for example, for any numbers A and B, if our A is equal to B, then our B is just equal to A. Okay? So they are symmetrical. Okay. Examples, if 10 is equal to 8 plus 2, then meaning to say 8 plus 2 is just equal to 10. Did you get that? Alright, next property would be transitive property. So in transitive property, it means that if one quantity equals a second quantity, and the second quantity is equal to a third quantity, then the first quantity is equal to the third quantity. Okay? So, meaning to say, for any numbers A, B, and C, take note of this one, if our A is just equal to B, and our B is equal to C, therefore, our A is just equal to C. Did you get that? Okay, so here, our A is just equal to B, and the B is just equal to C. So as you can see, A and C are just equal with each other. Okay. Example, if 7 plus 4 is equal to 10 plus 1, and 10 plus 1 is equal to 6 plus 5, then our 7 plus 4 is just equal to 6 plus 5. Okay? So when we try to evaluate this one, their sums are just 11. Alright? So we're down to our fourth property, which is the substitution property. So in substitution class, a quantity may be substituted for an equal quantity in any expression. Okay? So if our A is equal to B, then A may be replaced by B in an expression. That's why we need to substitute it or replace it. Alright? Example, if B is equal to 2, then 3B, or substituting the value of B, which is negative 2, that would give us 3 times negative 2. So we just substituted the value of B, which is negative 2, in this equation 3B. Alright? That's what we call the substitution property. And here is the summary of all the quantities. Okay? This can also be found on your module. Alright, so it will also be helpful if we are familiar with some of the basic identities in mathematics. Okay? Let's review them before we solve linear equations in one variable on our next video. So basic identities in mathematics. I know you're familiar of this one. Only that I think you're not that familiar of the identities, but you would know, I think you know the idea. Okay? Let's have first the additive property. Additive identity. Okay? When we say additive identity, for any number a, the sum of a and 0 is a. Okay? So if we have here a plus 0 equals 0 plus a, that is just equal to a. So it simply means that in additive identity class, any number added to 0 is just the number. Okay? For example, 11 plus 0 equals 0 plus 11 is just 11. Okay? Negative 3 plus 0 equals 0 plus negative 3 is just equal to negative 3. Or x plus 0 equals 0 plus x is just equal to x. So any number that we add to 0 is just the number. Even 1 million or negative 1 million plus 0 is just negative 1 million. Okay? Because we didn't add any on that particular number. Okay? Next would be the the multiplicative identity. Okay? For multiplicative identity class, for any number a, the product of a and 1 is a. So here, if we have a times 1 or just equal to 1 times a, it's equal to a. Or any number multiplied to 1 is just the number. That is what is meant by multiplicative identity. Okay? We could still sustain or maintain its identity. Alright? So if we multiply 5 by 1 or 1 multiply 1 by 5, the answer is just 5. If you multiply negative 8 by 1 or vice versa, the product would be negative 8. Okay? Next would be the multiplicative property of 0. So here, for any number a, the product of a and 0 is 0. Okay? So if we multiply any number by 0, the product would be 0. Alright, let's have the following examples. 2 times 0 or 0 times 2, the product is just 0. Negative 4 times 0 or 0 times negative 4 is 0. No matter how large or small the number is, when we multiply it by 0, the product is always 0. Okay? And lastly, multiplicative inverse. What is meant by this one? So for multiplicative inverse, for every number a over b, where our a and b are not equal to 0, there is exactly one number b over a, such that the product of a over b and b over a is 1. b over a is the multiplicative inverse or reciprocal of a. So it simply means, class, that if we multiply a over b by its reciprocal or by its multiplicative inverse, the product is just 1. Okay? Let's have here the example, 3 over 4. Multiply it to its reciprocal, which is 4 over 3. Will give us the same result, which is 12 over 12 or 1. Okay? So those are our basic identities in mathematics. We also have, class, the distributive property. What is meant by distributive property? So for any numbers a, b, and c, a times b plus c is equal to ab plus ac, and the quantity b plus c times a is equal to ba plus ca, and a times the quantity b minus c is equal to ab minus ac, and the quantity b minus c times a is just equal to BA minus CA. What is meant by this one? So if we have here the following examples, for example, 5 times the quantity of 2 plus 3. By the term itself, distributive property, we need to distribute this 5 to each of the factors on inside the parentheses. So we need to multiply 5 by 2 plus 5 times 3. Okay? So we distributed 5 by each term in the binomial. Alright? So we have here, simplifying this one, it would be, or, by the way, we have the rule GEM does, right? So we need to answer or add first those inside the grouping symbol. So 2 plus 3 is 5, multiply it by 5. Okay? So 5 times 2 here on the right side is 10, 5 times 3 is 15. And 5 times 5 is 25, is just equal to 25. Alright, that is for addition. How about for subtraction? Same process. Okay? So distribute each 3 to each of the terms in the binomial. So we have here 3 times 4 minus 3 times 9. Okay? Same result, the difference would be negative 50. Okay? So this is the summary of the basic identities. It's now your turn. Kindly give an example that would illustrate each property. Okay? Thank you so much for listening.